Chapter 7 Greenland, the land of ice and snow. Learning objectives: location, climate, natural vegetation, wildlife, people and their lifestyle, occupation and industries, food and clothing, culture and sports, natural resources, tribal services. Polar region comprises of the areas north of the Arctic Circle and south of the Antarctic Circle. It has parts of northern Europe, northern Russia and northern Canada. These areas are also known as the tundra lowlands. The regions near the poles are very cold because the sun never rises high up in the sky. In winter, the sun does not rise at all. Now let us know about Greenland, the land of ice and snow. Location: Greenland is the largest island in the world. It is located in the far north and most of it falls within the Arctic Circle. To its north lies the Arctic Ocean while the Atlantic Ocean lies to its south. Leaving aside the narrow coastal areas, almost 9/10 of Greenland is covered with ice and snow all through the year. This thick covering of snow and ice called the polar ice caps. These ice caps keep moving very slowly towards the oceans. Sometimes the ice cap breaks off into enormous pieces of ice called icebergs, which look like huge hills of ice floating in water. They pose a great danger to sailing ships. Vessels sometimes crash with icebergs and sink. Climate: Greenland has polar climate, that is, its temperature is always below freezing point. Winters are extremely cold as there is no sunlight at all since the sun does not rise above the horizon. As a result, there are months of darkness in winter. Snow falls continuously and chilly winds keep blowing. But in summers, the sun shines brightly all the 24 hours in most parts of Ireland. Natural vegetation: the word Greenland is a misnomer as there is nothing green here. The whole land is covered with ice. People wear sunglasses to protect the eyes from the glare of white ice. It never rains in Greenland. It only snows here. No plants or vegetation can grow in such a climate. Snow begins to melt only during the brief months of summer. Then some beautiful flowers, short grasses and lichen are seen in the southeast of Greenland. Birches and willow trees can also be seen at some places. These trees never grow beyond the height of man. Bits and bytes: Erk the Red, a well-known explorer, discovered Greenland and gave it its present name. Wildlife: only those animals are found which can survive the cold, harsh climate. The musk ox is a peculiar animal found here. It has a long, shaggy coat which almost reaches the ground. The reindeer is the most common animal. Huskies are dog-like animals which are used for hunting and pulling sledges or carts with no wheels. In the warm regions of southwest coast, people also practice vegetable farming. No large industries are situated in Greenland and shipbuilding. The port town of Holstenberg has a large shipyard. Food and clothing: Greenlanders get their food and clothing mainly from the sea. Besides seal, they hunt walrus, bear, fox and other animals. They also eat the flesh land animals like caribou and geese in summer and polar bears, foxes and hares in winter. Clothes made from animal skin and fur are worn by the people to keep themselves warm in the cold climate. Jackets with hood called parka, lined with fur are worn by men, women, and children. Long boots made of seal skin are worn to keep the feet warm. Living in Greenland. The lifestyle of Eskimos is changing now. Many have shifted to small towns and live in wooden houses. They have adopted modern ways of hunting. They use rifles for hunting, motorboats for fishing, and motorized sledges, skidoo, for transport. Presently, Greenland has good roads and a good network of communication. Many small towns have been built in coastal areas. There are primary schools, colleges, hospitals, and shops in many villages and towns. There is computer education for children up to 14 years. The capital, Nuuk, formerly Gothenburg, is the biggest town. It is connected with Europe and North America by air transport. Other animals of this land are the Arctic hare, the Arctic fox, the Arctic wolf, caribou, snowy owl, seals, walruses, and the polar bear. The fur of the fox and the polar bear is used for making fur coats. People and their lifestyle. Inuits, earlier called Eskimos, are the native or original inhabitants of Greenland. They live in snow houses called igloo. These are made of ice blocks and are dome-shaped houses with a single opening. The Inuits spread the skin of animals on the floor of their houses, which protects them from the severe. In summer, they live in tents made of the skin of animal. These tents are called tow pigs. The southwestern coast of Greenland is the warmest part and hence the most populous part of the country. The Inuits are very hardy people. They have a short, thick body with short arms and legs. They have slanting eyes and their face is wide and flat. Occupation and industries. Fishing and hunting animals are the major occupations of the people. Cold, halibut, salmon, and shrimp are some of the fishes that are canned and exported. Many people build and use their own boat called kayak for fishing. A kayak is made from animal skin. In other outer areas, people use harpoons to hunt the seal and whale. A large boat called umek is used for hunting whales. Culture and sports. The culture of Greenland has dominated by Inuit Eskimos tradition, as the majority of people are descended from Inuit. People still go for ice fishing and there are annual dog sledges races in which various teams participate. Association football is the national sports of natural resources. Greenland is rich in natural resources like lead and zinc. Uranium, copper, and gold are also found there. The country exports lead, zinc, and frozen food, dried and smoked fish. Travel services. Air travel is extremely important in Greenland since there are generally no roads between settlements. Arctic Umek Line provides passenger and freight services by sea but is limited to the southwest coast and travel time is long. Several airports do not have road connection with major local settlements, so a helicopter transfer is often needed by most passengers. Airports with a very small population reachable by road include Kangerlassak Airport, Kolosk Airport, Narsak Airport, and Kasset Airport. There are 14 civil airports and 47 helipads in Greenland. All of these are operated by the state-owned enterprises Greenland Airport Authority. In a nutshell, the areas north of the Arctic Circle and south of the Antarctic Circle are known as the polar regions. The climate of Greenland is extremely cold. The native inhabitants of Greenland lived in snow houses called igloos. Fishing is the dominant occupation in Greenland. Now, the lifestyle of Greenlanders is changing.